Hi guys, and welcome to another Shaw video review. Today we're going to be taking a quick look around the Hyperfreak Fire range of wetsuits from O'Neill. This is a brand new suit that builds on the success that O'Neill had with the Hyperfreak range of wetsuits and is really designed to offer that ultimate in flexibility but with added warmth that was really missing from that Hyperfreak range before. So the suit is available in men's, ladies and kids. It's available in 5.4, 4.3 and 3.2. And it comes in the O'Neill Plus range. So you'll see a little plus in the title in the description. Just means that O'Neill add an extra 0.5 mil of neoprene to all of the areas just to give it that little bit of extra warmth, but it doesn't compromise you at all in terms of flexibility. So right, let's get into the suit. Hyperfreak Fire builds on the success of the Hyperfreak, which was known to be unbelievably flexible. That was the great thing about that suit. And it still exists as well. The Technobutter Neoprene is just so flexible, it really makes wearing a suit feel fantastic. However, one downside was that it was never a particularly warm suit, so this is why the Hyperfreak Fire has been created. Now, the Fire uses Technobutter 4 neoprene and Technobutter 4X neoprene in all the areas you need that flex. And this TB4X or TBX neoprene is this material with the sort of stripes that run through it in the upper body. What this does is it just feels incredible when you wear it, basically. O'Neill, with this creation of this material, and you can see it on all of their suits, on sort of the Hyperfreak and other ranges, it really gives you that extra flexibility that no other brand can really match at the moment. And when you put it on, it feels incredible. They do it with some sort of sorcery by removing a bit of the nylon and extra flexibility. However they do it, it just feels great when you wear it. And honestly, it's one of those materials that until you try it, you just, yeah, it's incredible. So definitely worth just even trying on a TBX suit to get that feeling. But so in the Hyperfreak Fire, we're using that through the upper body. So where you need it under the arms and down the side here, any bit that's in red, and it really feels incredible when you've got it on. The rest of the suit is built with TB4 neoprene, Technobutter 4 neoprene. So now this is more durable than Technobutter 3, but doesn't compromise on the flexibility. And it also allows them to be able to add a lining. So when you're looking to improve the warmth of a suit, you do this in two ways. First way, you do it with a lining, and second way, with the seams. So the lining on the Hyperfreak Fire now uses their Technobutter 4 lining. You can see it here with the vertical black lines. It runs from the top of the chest to the top of the knees. The linings, generally the idea is that water gets in there and it allows it to drip through and move away from your core organs as quick as possible. So the sort of water gets through, it drips down through the suit and keeps that area as nice and warm, gets that air back in that's circulating. In the TB4 lining, they've also added graphene. Now, graphene is one of these wonder materials that a lot of brands and a lot of sports and basically everything's trying to use now because it has unbelievable heat retention properties and heat reflective properties as well, is the idea. So the more hotter you get and the warmer you get when you're paddling or kiting, that heat should be radiated back onto you. Now, there's a lot of science behind it. I'm sure there is something to it, but it's great to see it coming through on wetsuits. And I'm sure you can Google it and learn more about it. But yeah, that graphene infused layer runs from the top of the chest to the top of the knees. And it's really exciting to see these new wonder materials come through into the wetsuit space. So that's the Hyperfreak Fire internal lining. Now, as I said, the second part of a good quality warm wetsuit is the seams. So it's really important that you have good seams to stop that water getting in, obviously. Now, on the Hyperfreak Fire, it uses something called single fluid seam weld with a GBS seam behind. So the fluid seam weld is this sort of black gooey sort of material that runs on the outside of the suit, and the idea behind that is that no water gets through. So you can see there's no stitching, you can see no holes, you can see nothing on the outside. So that should really stop that water getting through. On the inside, it uses GBS, so that's a very industry standard seam, and it's very, very strong and allows it still, again, to get that flexibility. And when you're talking about a Hyperfreak, you expect that flexibility, and you're still really getting it on this suit. Now, as I probably mentioned, the suit comes in a chest zip and a back zip version. The back zip version uses the ZenZip 2 closure, so that's going to be really fantastic for those who struggle to get in and out of wetsuits. So if you're a bigger guy or you're just a bit not used to putting on wetsuits, the back zip version definitely worth looking at. And it also features all of their great features such as the double rolled neck and knee pads and all the rest of the things you come to expect with an O'Neill suit. Now, the suit sits in the higher end of the O'Neill range, so it is sort of their top end, near the top end of suit. But if you're looking for that ultimate in sort of flexibility and the added warmth, the Hyperfreak Fire is the one to look at. The Hyperfreak still exists, so if you're not as fussed about the warmth and you want to save a few pounds, you can just get a standard Hyperfreak. They're unbelievably good suits, but you just don't have those extra features that the Hyperfreak Fire has. If you've got a few more pennies to spend, there is the Psychotech and the Blueprint, which sit above it in the range. You just add sort of air insulated neoprene and bits and bobs like that, but you can check our videos to see more about those. Now, if you want to come try on the suit, that's the best way to do it. Make sure you get the right fit. You can come down to our store. We have a shop in East Wittering with heaps of wetsuits in and guys who can help you out getting them, make sure you get the right fit. Or alternatively, you can jump onto our website, shaw.co.uk, where we have the full range. We have size guides, we have size fit videos, just making sure that you get the right fitting suit, because really that's the most important thing. So yeah, and if you do have any questions, just drop us an email, give us a call, live chat. You know, we're here to help. We do wear these suits and we really understand the benefit of them. So yeah, that's the brand new Hyperfreak Fire available here now at Shaw.